Yeah, so basically UGO, as you said, is a web portal. It's a website. We aggregate news. We have our own local content. If it's a free web directory, if it's the local radios that we are streaming online. Basically, it's everything about Uganda, from Uganda, in Uganda. Most of the things we do are for free on UGO.
And you've got original content, haven't you? You do investigative news content.
Yeah.
Describe some of that.
Recent we started with the original content. Some is blogging and some is investigative stories. Let it be corruption related. Let it be some people are cheating the public. So we're not going to criticize, but the whole idea is to create conversation around the things. So people start engaging and talking about things, and then hopefully it will reach to the right people and things will change. We are trying to do things to change for the best for Uganda.
And how many views is the site attracting?
Right now it's between 3,000 to 4,000 views a day, and it's increasing from the day we have started. It is growing.
And do you attract advertising?
Yes, we do. Not as we expected, but we are okay.
Yes, and what is happening in terms of online advertising in Uganda?
It's been changing. One of the big elements is when we started UGO, there was nothing much in Uganda on online, including the biggest media houses, let it be New Vision. There were very stagnant websites. People were not updating. Today, at least, other websites are changing and updating content regularly. So we went and approached all sorts of people. They didn't understand what we were talking, and then we decided let's take it another mile and educate people what it's about. And within the last 2 to 3 years when we've been existing, we could see a shift and people start understanding and people start demanding. So on the first year it was very slow, people didn't understand. The second year people start calling, inquiring, including those we have trained. And then today we know 2014 digital is now becoming part of budgets of advertising.
And what level of budget is being attributed to digital?
Still a very small percentage, I believe between 1 to 5%, but hopefully it will grow.
And you were saying MTN had...
MTN, for example, last year, is a very good move. They have booked spaces in the 10 top local websites in Uganda, which is not only New Vision, Monitor and Paper, but any other websites that are there and that are leading in Uganda with content. So that is a good move. We know Orange is doing the same this year. Maybe not 10 websites, but it's coming. I think at least 4 to 5 websites. And there's definitely a change. GoTV, DSTV, URA have actually made a resolution not to advertise anymore on traditional media, beside what is obliged by law. Like jobs, tenders, they must, unfortunately, by the way, it's another thing we didn't talk. The law in Uganda for procurement, for government, says that to advertise anything must be on press.
Yes.
And we says press is now fading out. We want to change the law, that it's any other media that have the public there. So we are working on that from another level. But all in all, it is definitely changing. It is improving and there is hope.
And you run an ad aggregation
Yes,
service.
we have a platform. It's called AdNot Plus. AdNot Plus signs up publishers in Uganda, and the whole idea here is to allow advertising agencies or companies who want to advertise in many local websites, instead of dealing with all of the 10 websites, they can deal with one platform, just like Google Ads. The only difference is it is a local company. So number one, you support local company, you get paid locally, you don't have the criticism. Even Google sometimes approve, disapprove ads. So everything is done local, everyone supports by local. It can be in a mobile money, you don't need a credit card, but it's local supporting local. That's the idea.
So how big is social media in Uganda?
It's growing constantly, it's growing well. I think on Facebook we have 1.1 million people on Facebook, and we've been monitoring the numbers from 2011, where more than 268,000. So it's an average of around 5,000 to 6,000 people a week joining Facebook in Uganda. Twitter is also growing, especially in the last few months, but still
so
small.
What are the Twitter numbers?
Twitter numbers is around 60,000 people, we estimate. On Facebook, we actually know they are publishing the numbers.
Yeah.
It's very easy. On Twitter, it's a bit less easy, but we see the numbers, we monitor, and that's how it looks like. YouTube is mainly corporate and music, but it's also trending, and I believe the more the internet will improve in Uganda, YouTube will kick into another level. Instagram, Foursquare, those are the platforms that are doing in Uganda. Google Plus is not.
And Instagram is early days, but what do you reckon the users are for that?
Instagram is a young platform. I believe it's around 5,000 people in Uganda are using, which is still not a small number, but it is growing continuously. It's also mixed with Facebook. So, yeah, but you need a smartphone to have an Instagram, so that's why the numbers are low.